Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rob is a Podcast. I'm your host, Taran Armstrong, and we are here this season to talk about a show in its infancy, Big Brother Canada 12, aka Big Brother Canada No Feeds 2. And we have a cast that is dropped today on this very auspicious day of the Survivor premiere. And we have not looked at it, myself or my illustrious guest. So we will be looking at the cast for the first time, reacting live. This is something we've done on Twitch before, but we've never really done like a live cast reaction on the podcast. So we'll see how it goes. But with me to look at what these silly gooses are up to is Pooya. How you doing, Pooya?
I'm doing good, man. You're not wrong. Typically, we either have done this on our streams or we've looked at everything ahead of time, even if it's a quick cramming session before we get on the pod. Blank slate here. I've only seen the photos of them and moved on. So I'm ready to see what we've gotten here and excited to talk about it because we have 12 plus 2, 14 house guests, not 16. Are we downsizing? Is this shrinkflation?
I mean, listen, there's only 12 sponsors. So they're already short 2 sponsors per cast member. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we're only going to go up by 1 every season to break the record of the last season is the moving forward. So
yeah, for those that haven't been following the hubbub, because hubbub is a generous word for it, there was some speculation that we might have all stars, that hey, the feeds might be back, and to quell those rumors, for the most part at least, there was a press release by Big Brother Canada, and the press release read like it was targeted toward shareholders. Like, you won't believe how many sponsors we got. We're gonna make so much money.
yeah, look at all these monies we're getting, and I'll give them this. They've got some good sponsors, like some money bag sponsors, so good for them. But the press release really felt like we were not supposed to see it, and somehow it was for us to get confirmation that there's no feeds. It was like, this is how they did it, because obviously this has been a conversation, Taran, ever since 11 finished. People were like, well, is 12 gonna have feeds? Because I ain't watching if it's not got feeds. And I felt like we are like a week away from the show now. There's no way there's feeds because they know how much that would drum up excitement. There's no way there's feeds. They're waiting to pepper that in somewhere, and they did it in this. They're like, we got 11 sponsors, a lot of money, no feeds, and a lot of money, and Samsung's here, and we got Infinity, we got a car. The prizes go up to 200K now with all the prizes. So it's an exciting time, Taran. Are you excited? Because record-breaking sponsors means record-breaking plugins on the show and on the days.
Here's the thing. And maybe I'm a weird case. Obviously, I'm a weird case because I'm not super fond of some of the decisions that have been made.
What?
But I recently made a switch to Samsung phone. I was like, I'm into it. I saw Samsung on that list, and I was like, ugh.
Why'd you do it?
Like, I'm disappointed. Like, now I feel lame for having a Samsung phone. Like, I kind of want to switch again.
Taran, listen, as someone who's been Samsung since 2015, we are in the right place. They made a mistake. People, if no one's perfect, everyone makes a mistake. They made a mistake. They backed no feeds, but it's not their fault. Let's not take it out on Samsung.
I don't know. I feel like the OnePlus Open looks pretty cool. It's just really expensive.
Oh, OnePlus, you gotta get it from overseas. I feel like here, right?
Oh, I think that's the US version. Anyway, so we have a cast to look at. Neither of us have looked at it, but there is some news we need to talk about before we get into the cast itself. And let me just pull up a screen if you're watching the video along with us here. That this is the cast. This is what we've got. You can see there are 12 faces and 2 mystery all-stars as the 2 13th and 14th cast members. Now, All Stars is an interesting term for this because really, I mean, what I see this as is like they're kind of taking inspiration from the Traders. No, like this is a new franchise, 2 seasons old. They're pulling from a beloved franchise to try and like drum up some excitement for their season. That's the beloved Big Brother Canada, now deceased. They're kind of like, hey, you like that, right? We got 2 people from that show on this show. Hey,
Question. 2 people to drum up excitement, 2 people to be like, hey, we still remember the old one, but why not 4? Why not make, like, again, I'm very like locked in on why didn't we get 16 here?
listen.
Don't get me wrong. I think I'm okay with it because it might mean the season will be shorter. That's okay.
Oh no, it's probably just that they want to do lots of like fake double evictions and buybacks and stuff.
Put 20 people in, please.
Yeah, I mean, listen, honestly, the thing I'd be most excited for is what Corey's in the chat, which is like, would they pick from BBCan 8? Like, yeah, just pull in some BBCan 8 people, like give them
Where
another shot.
Sheldon
Like,
makes his return.
That'd honestly be the first good decision they've made since 2022. So, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm very curious what these all-star spots could look like because I'm not very, when it's off season, I don't tap into investigative work of, okay, who's active on socials, who's not. The only one I really cared about is my guy, Kevin Jacobs, around. And not only did he reply to a DM of mine yesterday, but also I saw that, the Wurtenbergers hit him up. Zach hit him up and he replied. But no, in all seriousness, and I did see Betty was playing an org last night. So I don't know if Betty's involved at all. But I have some potential predictions on who I could see being there.
Well, the question is, has anyone spoken to Kevin Jacobs?
Oh, like a FaceTime.
Because listen, anyone can text. Not me, but like most people can text.
All right, Chappelle, hit him with the FaceTime. He'll answer to you immediately.
I'm just saying, listen, if Kevin Jacobs exists in the universe right now and is not being held hostage by a TV show production, I don't know, maybe he could just show up here. I don't know, maybe show his face. That's all I'm saying. The call is out.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, if he doesn't show up by the end of this podcast, he's on the show.
Get the rumor mill started.
Let's throw out some initial suspicions here, because there are a lot of people that are tweeting up a storm on social media. In particular, Kevin Martin seems incredibly unlikely, given that he just announced he will be streaming himself 24/7 as he tries to, I guess, play poker from $0. He gave up all his money and he's trying to build it all back.
Yeah, so he's on his own little live feed journey that he's producing. So I don't think it's him. I think for me, the question, Taran, is do you think they'll lean closer to more recency or anyone can get it from 1 through 11?
Honestly, I would assume probably like 6 and above for the most part.
That's what I was thinking as well. Yeah. Okay. So I think people that I would want to check in on as far as the men's side go is Anthony.
God, Anthony without feeds.
I know, imagine. I think I'm thinking of some of the BBCan's own faves. So I would look at BBCan 9's Kiefer. I would look at BBCan 10's Marty. I feel like Marty was a big one for them. Also with the golden gummy we've seen like pictures of the house. There is a golden gummy award. I feel like that's an homage to his dumb move there. So I could see Marty being in the mix potentially.
Has anyone spotted a spicy V lately?
Spicy V is a very big candidate for me on the other side of things for sure.
I'm seeing Anthony was going to play COD with Bruno last night, but did he?
Yeah, but
and
did
Keith
he
was in the
show
chat
up in the Discord? Keyboard's in okay. But was he in the call though? Did we hear his voice?
Exactly. So we'll see. Well, let's think on it. Maybe we'll have some more ideas. Maybe like the cast itself. Maybe going through the cast will help us decide. Like, oh, maybe they already have this archetype,
Right.
and maybe this is what they're missing. So let's take a look here at the cast. The first person here, Avery Martin. I listen. I don't like how many clicks it takes to get to the bio, but that's fine. Avery Martin, first person we're gonna look at here, starting with the A's. She's 26 years old, a videographer, and she's taken. Not
No
like in the
showman?
movie sense, but in like the romantic sense.
Absolutely not in the movie sense. Yeah. So may potentially a no showmancer here.
Yes. All right, let's take a look at the bio. Why were you selected to be on Big Brother Canada 12? Probably my charisma and personality. I'm super funny, and everyone is always laughing with me and joking around. How do you feel about people who call themselves funny?
I feel like I'm fine with you saying I'm funny. I'm not. I don't. When you say super funny, it feels like a little overcompensate almost. I don't know. I personally don't have an issue with it because I feel like when people say what words would describe you, like you can say I'm funny. I'm not upset by that. What about you? I think
Yeah,
you
I
might
think
not be into it.
I think saying you're funny is good. I do think I'm super funny. But listen, you also have to take into account you don't know when in the process they wrote these bios.
Oh yeah.
Like they are having to sell themselves a little bit most of the time. So you can't always judge it exactly like you judge it like you were talking to somebody off the street. If I was like talking to a new person that I just met and I was like, "Hey, what's up? How's it going? Like, what are you about?" And they were like, "Listen, I'm super funny."
Yeah, and let me be honest. Let me call myself out. I would 100% would tell someone I'm super funny. Let's not act like I'm above branding myself as super funny. But hey, it's on the bio, and I think you're right. I feel like you're trying to advertise yourself. You're trying to be like the biggest version of yourself that you can be, right? So super funny makes sense there.
Also, by the way, getting reports that Kevin Jacobs not around to jump on a call right now.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
just
That's all I'm
saying.
saying. All right. What is Avery's strategy going into the house? She says, pull people in with my sweet, trusting face. Hold on. Fair.
Yeah, I can see it.
Win lots of competitions, throw them when I need to, and be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh.
That's so out of left field.
So I mean, it's like you've got the strength, you've got the competitions, you can win things, but you're also friendly. I can see that. I feel like you put all the superheroes in a house. I feel like Spider-Man does pretty decently in the Big Brother house, probably. So I'm not mad at the
Spider-Man, like,
comparison.
infamously have problems with, like, personal relationships. He's always hiding his secret identity.
Yeah, but it's good to play from the shadows. Being a little secretive
Fair,
is
but
not
I feel
bad.
like you'd want, like, a better example of that.
So who's your superhero that would do the best in the Big Brother house?
Let me see. Who like listen, I'm not a superhero buff, unfortunately.
So I'm outside of the movies. I'm a normie, so no comics
I
for me.
feel like Batman. Bruce Wayne does well, right?
Batman.
He's like everyone loves Bruce Wayne. Am I wrong?
Do they? I feel like he's all about that vigilante justice. You didn't do the dishes, boom, kapow, Shazam. He's
I'm
not
just
going
talking
to
about
be
like
happy
people who
with you.
handle the secret identity well, you know? Who don't like get into drama about it.
Hmm. We have to think about this some more because I don't know
Maybe
about Batman.
Superman. Superman I feel like does well. He Lois Clark?
Is it Clark Kent?
Okay, I told you I'm not a superhero buff.
Well, Superman will do fine until the slop has kryptonite in it and has to get medically evacuated from the house.
Yeah, all right. Let's see. What aspect of your personality do you think will shine the most? My charisma and charm, she says. I'm the ultimate hype gal and
Love
will
that.
really win people over with a social game. I like hype gal.
Yeah, I love that a lot. I feel like being someone who can raise people up around you when they're down or just, pump up the ego is a great spot to be in.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's the Anthony Douglas. Like he is
Mhm.
the ultimate hype man. and it did very well for him. What strength do you bring that will help you in POV HOH challenges?
Ooh,
As I've gotten-
challenges, not competitions.
She says, I've gotten really strong over these last couple of months, and my endurance is top notch. If a comp is either of these, no one stands a chance. Over these last couple of months is interesting. It makes me feel like she has been training specifically for Big Brother Canada, which means she would probably have a leg up on anybody that hasn't been training, but maybe not quite as physical as somebody who's like an athlete.
Yeah, and I'm very curious to dig deeper and learn whether or not she has like what has she watched, how much experience does she have? Because I think if you've been really strong these last couple months and you've been working on it, I have to assume you've also been studying up what kind of competitions, what you need to work on for your endurance, so to speak.
Um, let's see here. What part of the Big Brother Canada experience are you most excited for? She says, meeting people who have been through the same situation. No one else will know what it's like in the house except us. I think
She's not wrong. There's no feeds.
It'll create a cool band.
Oh.
I don't know what instrument she plays, but sure. Also, my family and friends seeing me on TV. Everyone knows how much I love this show.
Okay.
There you go.
Loves the show. So that kind of answers my previous question I had. I love her energy. I think she's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
Easy to get along with.
I think so too. Like you can listen. I'm not reading it like she's typing it. Maybe I should. It'll create a cool band. Also, my family and friends seeing me on TV. Everyone knows how much I love this show. I'm not going to keep doing that.
So just to give people a heads up, because we know there's videos out there, but we're not going to be diving into the videos here. We will be doing a draft before the season starts, and we'll talk about the videos there.
Yes. First and foremost, we can't play the videos for you. We're not going to like steal the content. Second, this is a podcast as well. People wouldn't be able to watch the video version of it if they're just listening. And third, yeah, we'll be doing a draft where we will incorporate information from the videos. This is mostly just a reaction to the bios, and then getting a sense of what we're looking at here. So that's the idea for this reaction. So she says, "What's the first thing you would buy with the grand prize winnings?" She says, "I'd buy my girlfriend a new car. Her car is falling apart. I'd love to put a down payment on a house too, and share my winnings with siblings, then spoil." Okay, maybe I'm wrong. 100K, not enough for all of that.
Well, the winner will get a new car based on the
okay.
the one of the sponsors is a car sponsor, so they'll get a new car. So that part's sorted, and then the down payment on the house, I think you can do with with some of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense. What legacy do you hope to leave behind after your time on BBCan 12? This is an interesting question. I want to show people you can be a great player without oh God.
Finish the sentence for the audio listeners there.
I want to show people you can be a great player without giving up your values. I want to be my full authentic self and a comp beast. So that's listen, she seems like a great person. Don't love that answer as a player though.
I think be your full authentic self. I love be unapologetic in who you are, and I feel like given everything she's used to describe herself, I feel like she'll be like beloved. Screw the values if you're trying to get the car and the house down payment and you want to spoil the nephews at the end. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
Like for me, it's the implication that playing the game is against your values. Like, what are you doing here if that's the case? It also means that it to me is an indication that she may be judgmental of people that do play that way, which is going to hurt her in relationships and the way that people interact with her in the game. If that's like, listen, a lot of people say this and then they go in and they do what they need to do. But not a promising answer from my perspective. I don't like seeing that. All right, now we have some fill in the blanks.
Lots of fill in the blanks. Okay.
Her idea of a perfect day includes a poutine with every meal.
No, she jumps back. The values thing is fine now. She's top of my list. That is, she nailed that answer.
And here we go. This is the most important question.
How happy are you?
My biggest pet peeve is when my socks get squished in my shoe. Great pet peeve.
Oh yeah, especially if you're wearing boots and it's near impossible to adjust them without taking the full boot off. Yikes, hate that.
Very specific. She manages to point something out that you wouldn't have thought of, but it's the second you hear it, you instantly feel it, and you're like, ugh, gross. I hate it. Great pet peeve. Um, uh, Greatest strength is confidence and optimism.
I
Biggest
like
fear
that.
is the dark or losing people I love, which is pretty dark. Most prized possession is camera or laptop. Best advice she's received is we live on a floating rock, so who cares? Um, Hidden talent is solving a Rubik's Cube.
Ooh,
Most
okay.
spontaneous thing she's done is I woke up one day and decided to get an undercut.
What is an undercut?
Short on the bottom, long on the top, which
Ah,
is
okay.
pretty common for men, I guess. Slightly less common for women. So maybe like if a guy said that, I'd be like, "Excuse me."
I said, well, if is that someone had really long hair and then they just woke up one day and decided to get rid of most of it, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Um. So honestly, it's I actually I think it's a great look for most people, but like I like the look on women. It's a cool look. Um, if I could possess any superpower, it'd be telekinesis. That's a weird one.
That's moving things with your mind, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
seems like one of the least helpful superpowers.
I feel like I would want teleportation. Free travel.
Teleportation would be great as long as like I stipulate that I'm not dying every time I do it.
Oh, yeah, if that's a part of it, I don't want any part of it at all.
Celebrity lookalike is Zendaya.
Okay, I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Celebrity crush is Renee Rapp.
Who do you think that is, Taran? Do you know who that is?
Why are you calling me out like this? Did I at least pronounce it right?
Yes.
Okay. Is she a rapper?
No, that's just the last
Damn
name.
it.
She is a singer-songwriter actress.
I mean, close, maybe.
She is in the music business. This
There
is
you go.
true. Yeah.
When she's stressed, she copes by 4-4-4. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. If she could only eat one thing in the house, it would be poutine or hot dogs. She gets along best with people who can talk about anything and aren't scared of stupid questions or topics. Family would describe her as someone who's very creative. Personal accomplishment is graduating university. Um, Rapid fire. This is that was already not rapid fire. Popularity contest or under the radar strategy. She says popularity contest. Gut instinct or logic. She says gut instinct. Competition beast or floater. Comp beast. So she's very like heavily. If there's a scale of like schemer to like social player, she's leaning heavily on social here.
Mhm.
Though she then says intellectual skills or physical strength. She says intellectual skills. No sleep or no food. She says no sleep. Which
I
I
think I would pick the same.
really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't sleep a lot already, so it
Yeah.
personally works better for me.
I think no sleep would I guess they both mess you up pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
But
I feel like
yeah.
for Big Brother, like obviously no sleep will impact your thinking and you'll be a little slower, but for me, no food will make me cranky, and I don't think that's good for the social side of things.
That's the thing. No sleep will impact you, I think, just as much, but you won't realize you're being impacted just as much.
Yeah.
Master manipulator or straightforward honesty. She says master manipulator. That's a surprising answer to that question.
Yeah, are we following our values or not?
Win at all costs or maintain your integrity. She says win. I'm here to win in a nice way.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like she's offsetting a lot of the other answer, Taran, for me.
Well, so there's one interpretation of like not losing your values, which is like, not being a douchebag, right?
Right. Her values may just be like, don't be overtly mean to anybody.
Yeah, which implies that most people would need to be mean for strategy, which is not really the case. But what are you gonna do? Showmance or no man's? She of course says no man's. That's it for Avery. I think overall she's 26 years old. Probably hopefully capable enough in physical comps. And seems very likable. from this bio. I think she could do pretty well.
I feel very similarly. I think she sounds like she's prepared. She's got all the tools needed to excel in the game. I'm very curious to see what her social looks like. And this is kind of the fun part of this for me, Taran, is that we're going off the bio right now and just like getting first impressions. We might come back at the draft and be like, well, I saw the video and my opinions changed. I'm very curious how all that'll play together.
All right, let's take a look at the next person then. Bayleigh Pelham. And she is 34 years old.
Okay.
A bartender, also in a relationship.
Not taken in a relationship. I love that they put whatever they answered, however.
Well, that is
answered it.
interesting. Yeah, the other Avery said taken.
Yeah.
Pooya, if you answer this question, do you say taken in a relationship? What's your
I feel
phraseology?
like it's weird because, like, you know, when I see the in a relationship, I think of early Facebook days when they had the relationship status drop down, and I think I would say married or in a relationship probably.
Yeah. Taken to me is it feels like I've been stolen. I don't know.
I mean, you're thinking of the movie still, is what it is.
I am still thinking of the movie. I just watched a video where they talked about the movie. It's in my head.
I see.
Why do you think you were selected to be on BBCan 12? They ask of Bayleigh. She says, "I'm confident, unfiltered, and persistent." That's like a good answer because it's probably accurate.
Yeah, I mean, this is someone who knows themselves.
Yeah, like unfiltered, persistent, confident. Like that's pretty much the kind of person they want on the show. What is your strategy going into the house? She wants to be underestimated. She wants to influence every decision, but try not to get blood on her hands until she has to, and then dominate. Which is a good answer if you can do it.
It's like the perfect answer, but do you have what it takes, and is the cast you're put in with gonna allow you to get away with that?
It's very much like the I've seen the show and like the idea of it kind of answer. It's like, yeah, if you can manage that, great. But have you seen the reality of it? Because most people can't.
Well, it's like when you're walking around daydreaming of being on one of these shows, that's how you play the game. That's exactly how you're playing the game.
The aspect of her personality she thinks will shine the most is her energy and intensity. It's another. That's you gave two answers. They asked for one. What strengths does she bring that will help her in challenges? Her athletic ability and strategic thinking. Okay. Listen.
All right. Did you just you're just ticking you're just like, what's the right answer for each of these?
Yeah.
Like a test.
She's literally just okay. The part of Big Brother Canada she's most excited for the competitions. Not very long-winded here, is Bayleigh.
Keeping it short. Unfiltered, but short.
Yeah. What part of the experience will be the hardest? Not seeing her girlfriend and dog. Okay. That's fair. What's the first thing she would buy with the winnings? An amazing trip and experience for me and my girlfriend, which that sounds realistic.
Yeah. And I believe, again, one of the sponsors is a vacation sponsor. So you will get some money put towards that at the very least from there.
The legacy she hopes to leave behind is that she wants to be the biggest baddie female to ever play.
I love that.
She's got some competition, let me tell you. All right, fill in the blank. Perfect day includes a huge breakfast, go to the park with her girlfriend and dog, fun activity, and then popcorn on the couch watching a movie. Listen, more detailed than the poutine.
Well, wait, yeah, and is the poutine a problem, Tara? Have you had one of those?
I have not had poutine. No.
Okay.
Actually, wait. No, I don't think so.
Are you like fries, right?
Yeah.
You like cheese?
Yes.
Gravy?
No, that's the problem.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
I'd still be willing to try it, but to me, it feels like part of the reason I like fries, the crispiness. Doesn't the gravy get it soggy?
It depends. It depends on, like, I mean, if you're, for example, if you're at like a bar or like a restaurant and you're getting it right then and there, it'll be fine. Poutine doesn't do well on delivery apps, though. I feel like that was where it was a bit of an issue. But I've had it both ways where I've got it on delivery and it's coming fast and it's been fine. So
yeah,
a bit of a gamble when you deliver.
I could see like a light drizzle maybe of the gravy.
You're a gravy on the sides kind of guy for your poutine.
It also like I enjoy eating fries with my hands.
True. Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, you can if you want to, but a
Hmm.
little freaky.
All right. Her biggest pet peeve is entitled people. Nah,
Too vague.
not a good pet peeve. It's too general.
Hmm.
Nobody likes entitled people. That's not a pet peeve. That's not your pet. That's everyone's pet.
Right. I agree with
Uh,
you there.
her biggest strength is being authentic. I don't doubt that based on the bio so far.
Mhm.
Biggest fear, being the only one around in a medical emergency.
That's a very specific fear to have.
Wait,
to be
she's
fair.
a bartender. She's not like a doctor or anything.
I think that's the case, right? It's like if someone needs help, I don't think she wants to be in that position where they're relying heavily or solely on her.
Yeah. I don't know why they would rely on her, I guess.
Well, if no one else is around, Taran, someone's got to save me. I'm choking.
Okay, I see it. I see it. Maybe it's happened to her in the past, or maybe she's just watched a lot of movies where it's happened. Most prized possession is her dog.
Mhm.
Do you? I wouldn't even think of my cat as a
Yeah,
possession.
right. It's like that's part of the family. Like
Yeah.
they're part of
Uh,
family now. I mean,
I mean,
dog,
no
and then
shade. Just
yeah,
like it
yeah.
crossed my mind, like, oh, I wouldn't have even thought of that.
Like that wouldn't have been something you'd think of while you're writing down your answers.
Yeah.
Right.
Best advice she's ever received is control the controllables.
Uh, like when you're playing Smash Bros. Like what?
It's just like a different way to say like the very common thing of like, only care about what is in your control or whatever. I don't know.
I see. Yeah. Only things within your control.
Oh, what is this? Her hidden talent is solving a Rubik's Cube.
Are we sure we're on a different bio? Like, so that's 2 out of 12 so far. Rubik's Cube solvers.
Most spontaneous thing she's done is woke up in the middle of the night and booked a flight across the world. See, that I would say is that more or less spontaneous than getting like a new bold haircut?
I think it depends on the person, because if
Yeah.
you're like someone who's already a bit of a travel bug, I don't think this is as spontaneous if you're or is doing this. But if you don't, then it is. I feel like same thing with the haircut. If you're like someone who grows your hair very long and it's long all the time, then that is a spontaneous move. I will say both of them woke up and just decided a thing.
Right.
So 2 for 2 there too.
You know what? Give me somebody that does a thing randomly in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to wake up and do something because your brain is in a different state when you wake up.
And like your day hasn't started. You're not part of your schedule yet. Go outside of your schedule middle day. Break
Like
the
if I just
habit.
decided to end this podcast right now and fly across the world, like that would be
Pretty
weirder
damn
to me than if I woke
spontaneous.
up and did it.
Yeah.
If she could possess any superpower, it would be invisibility.
That's a good one.
Is it? I feel like most like things you can do with invisibility are like nefarious.
Let's see.
Like it's hard to
Yeah.
think of good things.
I guess, yeah, even if you want, yeah, because even if you're like eavesdropping on a conversation, that's pretty nefarious. Like you
Yeah.
weren't part of that conversation. So I guess if you say invisibility, you're more open to being a little evil, a little malicious,
Mhm.
maybe.
Yeah. Or, I think it's a very like defensive power. It's very like if I want to get out of a situation or if I want to hide or something like that. It's not
Oh,
like if you're using it offensively, I think it's nefarious. If you're using it defensively, it's like it's kind of like a protective shell.
yeah, this is the Irish goodbye person's dream to have invisibility.
Celebrity lookalike is Kristen Cavallari.
Kristen Cavallari, I believe, was on what show was that I'm thinking of? Oh, the Laguna Beach.
There you go.
Initially.
Celebrity crush is Rihanna. Fair. When she's stressed, she copes
hills.
by exercising and being in nature.
Okay.
She could only eat one thing. It would be tacos. She
Okay.
gets along best with people who are motivated, funny, and more patient than her. That's an interesting little tidbit. She gets along best with people that are more patient than her. I assume that she means like patient with her at times. Um, my family would best describe me as someone who marches to the beat of her own drum.
Okay.
I feel that.
Mhm.
Personal accomplishment she's most proud of is fighting for herself during her darkest time and making it out on the other side. Um, Vague but fair.
Yeah.
Um, Rapid fire. She is more for the under the radar strategy over popularity contest. Gut instinct. Competition beast. Oh, okay. She cheats. She's a cheater. She says intellectual skills or physical strength. Both. All right.
Pick a
No
lane.
sleep or no food. No sleep.
Okay.
Straightforward honesty over master manipulator. Win at all costs over maintain your integrity and nomance, of course.
Okay.
All right. Overall here for Bayleigh, she's 34 years old. She talks a lot. She marches to the beat of her own drum. She's honest, straightforward, no filter, persistent. She strikes me as like a potential stirrer of things.
Yeah.
She's potentially the kind of person that's like not gonna lay down and let something happen.
Yeah, she's gonna like the honesty also mixed in with people who are more patient, is someone she'll get along with. If someone gets under her skin or is causing havoc or being confrontational or just being not a fun person to be around, I don't think she takes it sitting down. I think she will definitely stand up to them.
All right. Let's then move on to our third contestant here. Oh boy. Maybe the chat can help me out with pronunciation because we're not watching the videos. Dinis, perhaps? Or Dennis?
I like it. Could be Dennis. It could be Denise.
Denise, yeah.
Dinis.
Yeah.
If someone's watched the video and
I
knows.
went for French-ish pronunciation because, Canada, but well, regardless, he is 48 years old, a textile designer. It's a different one. Relationship status, partnered. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite one so far. Yeah. Okay. I'm seeing in the chat, Dinis.
I'm seeing like all the ones we put out there, Taran.
Yes, I'm seeing every single version of it, actually. Okay. Why do you think you were selected to be on BBCan 12? I think my very authentic and enthusiastic energy and clear passion for this game secured my spot. It's equally important for me to create the space for elder queers to feel like they can get on the show without age being a concern.
Love it.
So already much more, typing out a lot more.
More thought out. Yeah.
What is your strategy going into the house? Using my social skills, I want to create a multi-layer grouping of people who are seen as floaters, ideally queer, to weaponize all information. I will also downplay how much of a super fan I am. Well, listen, of the 3 people we've looked at, he's already got 3 options.
Yeah. I love this strategy. I think it's a very fun strategy to utilize, and I would be very here for it.
I mean, this is essentially the. I mean, it's kind of like the pretty boys kind of thing. Just perhaps not with bros.
It's like the pretty boys, but all the +1s are doing the pretty boy strategy instead. Like they're weaponizing all the information against everybody else.
Yeah. All right. So, what aspect of your personality will shine the most? My gregarious nature.
Gotta look up what gregarious means again. I feel like I know based on like just speech,
The
but
context cues, yes.
yeah, sociable,
like
fond of company. Okay.
yes. What strengths will you bring that will help in challenges? He says, my discipline, resourcefulness, and enthusiasm will help me in challenges.
Eh?
Enthusiasm, I don't think goes a huge way. Honestly, I think an answer I'm looking for with some of these is like, listen, I'm not gonna be good at the challenges. I'm not 24 and buff. Like,
someone to keep it honest.
yeah. What part of the experience are you most excited for? Being thrust into an unknown situation and having to deal with it using experiences I've had thus far. I think that's fun. Yeah, just like throw me some situations and let me try to figure it out.
I think it's the whole like the puzzle of it all, right? It's like if you're in a new situation, you're in a new level, and you have to figure out your way out of it. And I think that's exciting for a lot of people.
Yeah. All right. I'm seeing multiple people say in the video it's Dinis or
Dinis,
Dinis, like
Dinis. Okay,
Dennis, but with Din instead of Den.
okay.
Um, all right. What part of the experience will be the hardest? He says, I think constantly being on will be exhausting, but not impossible. Finding time and space to replenish the social energy will be important, and I would do this through meditation. Okay. It is difficult, and I think that, especially, like, with the bright lights and the,
Mhm.
constant stimulation, Big Brother Canada does have a fair amount of, like, separate rooms you can go into. You can kinda be alone. So we'll see, but, I think I've talked about this before when I look at, like, people in the preseason. If it's something that you point out ahead of time, it's probably it probably means that, like, it's something that you're really going to potentially deal with. So, like, if you're like, "Listen, I might have some trouble with, like, social battery," then
Mhm.
when you see them in the house, they're probably gonna have a problem with social battery.
Yeah.
And that too matters, at 48 years old. We often see that with older contestants, not because necessarily they're old, but because it's harder for somebody who is, at least 15 to 20 plus years older than a lot of the other castmates to relate and talk to those people. So like they diminish their social battery a lot faster, I think.
Yeah. No, and I think having this is such a well thought out answer that makes me feel optimistic for Dennis, because I feel
Mhm.
like this is something you're aware of and something you're going to work on. And also, I think this is honestly one of the top 3 reasons why I would never sign up for a Big Brother show, because as much as I'm good around people and have a good time and I'm chill about it, I still need that time away just to decompress and to recharge to get back out there. So I
Mhm.
definitely love this answer because it's an honest one.
Yeah. First thing that he would buy with the grand prize winnings is a trip overseas to Scotland or Portugal for my partner and myself.
Okay,
Um,
another vacation.
yep. What legacy do you hope to leave? I want to be remembered as someone who played without prioritizing their post-game online persona. Someone who
Ooh,
wanted to play the game and was genuinely happy to be there. Taking shots, and
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, hey, not here for the TikTok fame, not here for the Instagram influencer lifestyle. Dennis is here to make the time in the house count more than anything else.
Yeah. All right, fill in the blank. Perfect day includes waking up to fresh coffee and going out to brunch with my partner, then shopping or going to a farmer's market, having dinner with friends, going to a show, and ending the night with drinks and dancing. Am I weird? People have more energy than me.
This is a lot of things to do in a day for you.
This is like a perfect week for me.
Yeah.
Like,
And on Tuesday, we're going to go for drinks and dancing.
yeah. My biggest pet peeve is people who leave a party without saying goodbye. He's not gonna like Bayleigh.
No, no, no invisibility cloak there. Um, have you done this before, Taryn? Have you left without saying goodbye to the people, everybody?
Oh, definitely.
I have as well. Sometimes I'm like, y'all are having a good time. I'm just gonna dip out because I don't want to end up in the infinite loop of say goodbye. Oh, you're leaving. Why? Don't leave. And then they're like, wait, I wanted to talk to you about this. And then you're there for another 40 minutes. It's like
Mhm.
it's easier to clean cut, but I will drop a text as I've walked out and I can't be chased anymore.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, like, I only did it in college, but then I realized I only really went to parties in college, so um, greatest strength is my energetic attitude and discipline. Discipline mentioned a few times here, which, I like discipline as a word,
Mhm.
um, but, you know, uh, we'll see. My biggest fear is losing my sight. Another specific one.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, fair, but I wonder, like, where that comes from.
Yeah, it's one of those where like I would have never thought to answer that, but I definitely would fear that.
Yeah, I think most people would. It's just like,
Yeah.
I don't think most people would think to answer it as their biggest fear.
Mhm.
My most prized possession is my collection of over 200 Transformers,
Yeah. How
like
big are
action figures.
Transformers? I assume so, right? How big? Those are pretty big, I think.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's like bigger than Funko Pops at the very least.
Best advice is handle what needs to be handled. People love
Control the
advice that is
controllables.
two of the same word.
Yeah. Control the controllables, handle the handles.
It just feels smart, I guess. My hidden talent is I can flip my eyelids inside out. Is
Okay.
everyone?
Is that one? No, I think that's when the people hold
Yeah,
their
you just,
eyelid.
like
Yeah. Okay. I'm
I
gonna
don't think I've
say
done
it.
it since I was, like, in 2nd grade, but
Ugh, the thing is, I was about to say I'm happy we don't have feet, so I don't have to see that. But this is something they might put on the show. So no, it freaked me out. I hate it. I can't handle it. It's a lot. I don't know if everyone can. Maybe everyone can do that. I'm just not touching my eyes like that. It's scary.
This is, like,
Oh.
does that count as a talent?
Why not? It's
Like, who's asking for it, you know?
I mean, you're not going to be like, you want to see my talent? All right. Anyone got a Rubik's Cube out here? Like, that's not a thing. Like,
That's fair. It's probably more of a talent than Rubik's Cube.
Hmm.
Most spontaneous thing, when I was feeling frustrated with Toronto, I left the week after for a train trip to Vancouver by myself and with no plan, stayed for a week.
Vibe trip.
Of the three, this is the least spontaneous, I think.
I think that's fair. It's just the frustration. I mean, left the week after. That's a full preparation of a week. I feel like a little bit,
week,
right? It's not like the same day.
Just went like across the country.
Mhm.
All right. If I could possess any superpower, it would be shapeshifter. That's more interesting. That's more interesting than that's like a better version of invisibility to me.
Could you shapeshift into other people or into just like inanimate objects?
I assume anything.
Ooh, it's like imagine if you could do prop hunt in the Big Brother house and you just you're like, all right, I'm table.
You could be a bird, you know. You could be like a cheetah, like running really fast. You know, and then I don't know. Then you could just like I don't know. I think shapeshifter is more fun.
It is the more fun because there's a lot more things that can happen with it.
And it's basically invisibility.
Yeah,
You know?
if you do it right.
Yeah. My celebrity lookalike is John Ritter, or his son is a close runner-up.
Okay.
Hold on.
Do a little quick comparison.
Oh crap, where was I? My celebrity crush is Henry Cavill.
There. The old Superman.
Former Witcher.
Yeah.
When I'm stressed, I cope by doing things I enjoy, listening to music, playing with Transformers, cooking, and alone time.
Okay.
If you could only eat one thing, it would be burritos. Okay.
Yeah. Love it. Listen, hot take, maybe burritos over tacos for me. That's
I
just
agree.
how I've been.
I think burritos is a great one thing to eat because it's very versatile.
Mm-hmm.
You can put a lot of things in a burrito.
Yeah, you can pack it tight and then it's all good. With tacos, I feel like I'm spending a lot of time eating what I drop from it into my plate after.
Yeah.
And that's more of a me problem.
Honestly, like ease of eating is one of my top priorities when eating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like having to work for my food. Especially if I've already worked to make it.
Yeah, right.
I get along best with people who are authentic, funny, and have hobbies.
Okay, well, the last two house guests sound like they're right up your alley, as are most people because they have hobbies.
To me, that sounds like I don't get along with losers.
Yeah, losers need not apply.
My friends and family would describe me as someone who is loud, outgoing, loyal, and an antagonist. Okay,
is that a good thing or a bad thing? An antagonist? You're antagonizing somebody.
Yeah. If
like
you're
a
described as an
popster?
antagonist, it means you like to poke people, I think.
Yeah, actively opposes or is hostile to someone or something. An adversary. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Personal accomplishment, most proud of, buying my first home.
Okay.
Well, especially if he lives in Toronto. I think that's
that is a huge accomplishment.
Pretty good. Rapid fire. Okay. Under the radar strategy over popularity contest. Instincts that okay. Not instinct or logic, instincts that precede my logic. Which honestly, listen, I like that answer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good answer. but it's not an answer to this question.
Yeah, isn't that just saying that instincts that work out despite my logic not thinking it would work out?
Well, here's the thing. I do think that the best decision making is made when you combine instincts and logic, right? Like instincts inform uh like the initial sort of like your body is telling you something and then you can logic out what it's telling.
Mhm.
Because your instincts aren't always going to be right. They might be like misfiring somewhere, but like even that will tell you something about the situation that you can then use logic to apply to your instincts or feelings. And it's a nice combination of both. So I like the answer, but listen, you got to pick one. You got to pick one.
Pick a lane.
Competition beast or floater? Competition beast. Okay. Again, intellectual skills or physical strength? Ideally both, but skewed to intellectual skills. Listen, everyone is ideally both. You don't need to say it. No sleep or no food? No food.
Okay.
This guy, master manipulator or straightforward honesty? Honesty as part of manipulation.
Nah, come on. Come on, Dinis. What are we doing here? Dinis, you can't have it all, Dinis.
This guy likes to weasel out of contracts. This guy. Win at all costs or maintain your integrity? Win at all costs. Yeah, I could have guessed that one. Showmance or no mance? Whole mance. Or bromance for genuine connection to keep me sane in the house. Flirtmance to be used strategically. What is a whole mance?
And it's spelled WHOLE.
Yes. Yes, with a W,
Yes.
not with an H.
Yeah.
Well, with an H, but not as the first letter.
My immediate thought was like wholesome, but then I was like, that doesn't make sense. But showmance or no mance, whole mance. Does that mean like all the mances are on the table and that's why then there's a breakdown of bromance and flirtmance?
I don't know. I feel like I could ask this guy his favorite movie and he'd be like, all of them from 1992.
Yeah.
Like, why? Stop it.
Wait, what was his prized possession? Because the house wasn't the prized possession, was it?
What is the prized possession?
Or is there no prized possession answer
There
here?
might not be one.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh no, here it is. The Transformers.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Okay, so Dinis, I gotta say, you know, I'm not super hopeful right now. I think he'll be fun.
Yes.
I think I will enjoy watching him, but I think for me, like already being somebody who has maybe a limited social battery plus the age difference with him and potentially I haven't seen the rest of the cast, but I assume that he is going to be a decent amount older than most of them. I think that's going to be pretty hard on him in the game. But you know, we'll see. I think he could be fun.
Yeah, I feel like he's somebody who I would like to, especially with given the fact that we're not going to have live feeds, is someone I want to see survive as long as possible because I think Dinis could be a very fun TV character for us for as long as we get him.
All right, let's move on to Donna Marshall. And let's get to know Donna. She is 26 years old.
Okay.
Artist. And she's single.
Oh, the first single person on the cast. Okay.
Artist is interesting because that could mean so many different things.
Yeah.
But my if you just say artist, my instinct goes to like you're a painter.
Yeah, it would be painter, then maybe singing second. Is how
Really
I would.
singing?
Yeah,
I think I would say like singer or musical artist if I was a singer.
I think that's the more accurate one. But I think this has to be like the iTunes era, MP3 player era in me who would say artist and song. So
yeah. Okay. Why were you selected to be on Big Brother Canada? She says, I think I was selected because of my quick wit. Someone must be the entertainer in the house. Sign me up.
okay.
Listen, you're taking on a heavy duty there. What is your strategy going into the house? She says to build a strong, tight-knit alliance with people that are strategic and can adapt to changing social dynamics. I do not want to force relationships and come in too heavy. I want to be myself and let things work out naturally with people. I want to have an approachable aura and make some real friendships. I like that answer. It's a pretty good mix of like strategic thinking with like the acknowledgement of reality that like you just need to socially exist in the house.
I think the first sentence is, this is the dream, but also these are the things I'm going to do to get there, and I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to put a square peg in a circle hole unless, I'm going to let it come naturally.
So what I'm looking for now, given that she said that, is I want to make sure that she does have enough drive to make something happen if it's not happening on its own. Because she's right. You don't want to force things, but you also don't want to just like hope that things come together. And if they don't, you're kind of just doing nothing.
Right.
What aspect of your personality will shine the most? She says, my humor, but also my passion for games and competitive nature. I like seeing the competitive nature. What strengths will help you in challenges? She says, my fitness. I'm used to doing hard and strenuous conditioning. Wrestling was my main sport growing up and had to do conditioning for a month before practicing the sport itself. So she's a wrestler, or was a wrestler. So, and again, 26 years old. So, could be a contender with some physical comps. If they're not just incredibly angled toward buff dudes. What part of the experience are you most excited for? She says, I'm excited for the competitions. I don't want to focus on trying to win each one because I don't want to put a target on my back. I can't wait to experience the BBCan house and wearing the cool costumes and being in the games.
I like this answer. I feel like
she has a good attitude.
Yeah, I feel like there's one thing to be like, I'm all about the competitions. I want to win all of them. But I think she just wants. It sounds like the experience is good enough, and I love that. Because, we talk about how goofy some of these comps are and look, but if you have fun with it, then I'm happy.
Now, I agree. You don't want to win every competition, but with the structure of competitions these days, sometimes you got to take what you can get.
You got to win where you can.
Yeah, I hope that she keeps that in mind. What part of the Big Brother Canada experience do you think will be the hardest for you? Just not being able to communicate with my community of amazing friends and family. I love them so much, and I can't wait for them to find out that I am on this show. That's one of those things. It's like a very fair answer. I feel like the question is just not a great one because most people will just answer that.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you would buy with the grand prize winnings? A trip with my family to visit my mom's homeland of Albania. She's been wanting us to go, but it's hard to get all the siblings together. Another trip.
It's a solid move with the prize money. It's like bonus money that you can have fun with the family with.
Yes. What legacy do you hope to leave behind after your time on BBCan 12? To be a player that played the game with true heart and passion. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I think it's important to show gratitude and wake up every day with a good attitude. I'm very excited. Yeah, again, good attitude.
Yeah, the energy is great. The optimism is positive. I love it.
I like it. I hope that it translates to like the Kevin Jacobs attitude of being grateful for being there and wanting to make the best of it and just playing really hard. And not as much like I'm just glad I'm here. But the competitiveness that she talked about earlier gives me some hope. Okay, fill in the blank. Perfect day includes eating a good meal, laying in the sun, and getting a good workout in. Afterwards, cozying up with my cat and a book. That's more my stuff.
A doable day. Not a lot of energy spent.
Biggest pet peeve? People who complain about hard things instead of getting it done and out of the way.
Oh, she would not like me. I love a good vent. Let me vent a little. I'll do it later.
Yeah, this is not the best pet peeve, I think. It's just a little like she's really winding around to find like a kind of thing. And it's also like I don't think it's like people. I don't think there are like people who are like that, who are like always like that all the time. Like I think some people will be like that sometimes. And I don't know. My greatest strength, she says, is my resilience and being able to shake off negative energy and mindsets and recentering myself. I can see that.
Yeah, based on everything we've read so far.
Biggest fear, getting voted out too soon would be very unfortunate. Fair.
Love a fear about the game itself. I'm very happy about that.
Most prized possession is my late grandmother's jewelry box. Best advice I've received is that attitude is everything. I see that. Yeah. Hidden talent is not so hidden anymore, but painting.
There we go. Artist.
There you go. I realized this at the end of 2021. Well, I'm glad that I found that out, but you're right. That's not really hidden anymore. So find a new one.
Mhm.
Um, Most spontaneous thing I've done is on the last night of my trip to Australia. My girls and I ran out of a restaurant to a bridge, stripped down, jumped off, and skinny dipped in the water. Um,
Pretty spontaneous, I would say.
yeah, I think that's pretty and that's like, it's at night.
Mhm.
I think you lose points for spontaneity if you're drinking because it's more spontaneous, again, if your brain is in the normal state and you leave that
Mhm.
normal state. I think that's, pretty fair.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's knowing you went to a restaurant first because you'll have your phone on you, your valuables, and all that. Because if you were just at an Airbnb and then you walked outside to the beach, that's not as spontaneous for me.
Yeah. Any superpower would be super speed because I like sprinting. It is powerful and fun. It would be funny to race against a car or something and leave them in the dust. Like honestly, fair, I think. Like it's very niche. But like I can see what she's talking about, like the physicality of doing something physical and fun and like good.
Mhm.
I think, like, you'd race a car once, and then you'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah, is this better for you than telekinesis? That's what I'm trying to weigh out right now.
The thing about telekinesis is that it does have some, like, applications that are, like, long-term useful. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, I am on the couch, and, I put my water bottle over on the table over there. I don't wanna get up.
Yeah.
If I have super speed, I can do it fast, but, like,
You have to get up.
I still have to do it. And, like, you could theoretically travel long distances, but you're still physically exerting yourself to get there. Celebrity lookalike. When I was younger, it was Selena Gomez and a little bit of Lucy Hale. What does that mean that Lucy Hale is also younger, or now you're Lucy Hale?
No,
Also, who's
that's
Lucy Hale?
what she had gotten early on, is the way I'm reading it. This hasn't come up
Oh,
recently.
wow, Lucy Hale is, like, spot on.
Mhm. I
Jeez.
see it. I see the mixture.
Um, okay, let's come back here. Uh, Celebrity crush is Ed Westwick.
Yeah,
I
I have to
love
look
Chuck
them up.
Bass on Gossip Girl and Liam Hemsworth. Sure. Uh, when I'm stressed, I cope by exercising or dancing to music, blasting in my headphones, or have a good stress cry to get those emotions out ASAP. Okay, we might have a like a alone in a room crying situation. Big Brother loves those.
Mhm.
If I could only eat one thing in the house, it would be cheese or a glass of milk.
You seem like a glass of milk type of guy, Taran.
I am not.
But you seem like you would be into it. Um, Only cheese or only milk is not for me. I
Yeah,
love both
I'm
things.
picturing somebody with, like, a block of cheese and a
And a
glass of
glass of
milk,
milk.
and I'm a little grossed out.
Call her the Dairy Queen, am I right? Like,
Like, I wouldn't want to eliminate cheese from my food
of course not.
because lots of things have cheese, but cheese by
Mhm.
itself, I mean, it's good for, like, a bite maybe,
Are you
like,
like
you're
do you
making
like a
something, you
cheese
get, like, a
plate?
bite of the cheese, you're like,
Are you a
"Ah."
charcuterie board type of guy? Would you like that?
But even with the cheese plate, you gotta have some crackers, you know?
Yes.
You gotta
Mhm.
have something else to go with it. Um, Same thing with milk, you want something else with milk, you don't just want milk by itself.
I will say every now and then I'll have like the soul glass of milk. It does feel good.
Yeah.
I know it's not for everybody. I definitely recognize that. But
Mm.
also I grew up on cereal as well. So I love me some cereal,
Cereal's
which
good.
milk needs. Yeah.
She gets along best with people who can express their emotions and love to be silly. She loves connecting with fun and easygoing people. I think that's a good thing in this
Hmm.
house. I think that like most people who are cast for the show are going to be expressive people. And if she can get along with people who are like that, that's a good sign. Friends and family would describe her as someone who is not afraid of putting herself out there and is funny and competitive. Personal accomplishment she's most proud of is overcoming many insecurities and getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm no longer afraid to try new things and potentially fail. I like that.
That's huge for the Big Brother house.
It's again like what I'm hoping for from her is that it feels like she has the tools necessary and the right mindset that I just want to make sure that she is taking opportunities when they arise, or if she doesn't even have some, making opportunities for herself.
She's someone whose video is going to make a lot of decisions for me for my draft board, I think.
Yeah. Popularity contest over under the radar strategy, gut instinct over logic, competition beast over floater, intellectual skills over physical strength, no food over no sleep, master manipulator over honesty, maintaining integrity over winning at all costs.
The red flag has arisen.
And showmance over nomance. Okay, so
First
we're
one.
looking. She's the first single person, and also looking potentially for a showmance. That is Donna Marshall. Um, I think there's potential here.
Mhm.
But like, especially if you're like, this is the thing. If you're looking for a showmance, sometimes the showmance is enough of it of like a project that you're not thinking enough about like specific. Like I don't think showmances are bad for your game necessarily. But if you are the
Mhm.
kind of player who just needs to be a little more active in the game and you're focused more on the showmance, that could be just enough to not have you being proactive enough in the game. Um, that doesn't, but like if she doesn't need to be as proactive because she gets into a good situation, then being in a showmance could be very beneficial. So I think this could kind of go a couple of different ways.
Yeah, I'm optimistic, and I think again, I think the video is gonna speak more or give me more clarity on Donna moving forward.
Mhm. All right, let's move on to Elijah uh, Kazlauskas, which I probably butchered. I apologize. Usually I've seen them say their name before I do this.
Yeah.
Uh, Elijah is 31 years old, an ESL teacher, and single. So
Okay.
we have another single person here. Why was he selected to be on BBCan? I think I was selected because I am enthusiastic, lovable, intelligent, jovial, adventurous, and hilarious. So it's a lot of words.
You could have done with a couple of short ones. Also, do you think when someone's we talked about I'm funny versus super funny, how do you feel like when someone says they're hilarious? I feel like funny is probably the better word if you're self-describing.
I do think hilarious is worse than super funny.
Yeah, I think so too. I felt the same way.
And I also think like I don't think that like he could very well be lovable. However,
Oh my god.
um
Taryn.
the most lovable people I know would not describe themselves as lovable.
Taryn, his things are an acrostic like the other night with I don't remember who it was in Survivor, but
Yes,
his
enthusiastic,
yeah.
ELIJA and H. Okay. Given the acrostic, meaning that he has chosen words that have the first letter of
Yeah.
each word
All right.
spell out his name across. I think we can say that the word choice means a
We'll
bit
let him
less
off.
about his
Yeah. Well,
personality, and the
he has to
fact that he
fit him.
went for an acrostic goes a bit more.
Yeah.
Goes a bit more.
We'll let him off on that.
Uh, All right, what's his strategy? I aim to find my ride or die.
Okay.
Once I do, we will maneuver ourselves into separate groups and work together to divide and conquer the house. I aim to read the room and adapt accordingly. Early on, I want to focus on my relationships, and later, I want to shift into being more strategic and ruthless. Um, okay. Divide and conquer. I love to see that. That's a phrase that I like to use for strategy. This is very Danielle and Jason, obviously,
Mhm.
which, while a great strategy, is a bit outdated in the current meta. Much more difficult to pull off nowadays. So I think that despite maybe attempting to do something like this, I expect he will have to shift into something a little bit different. But it's not a bad starting point.
Again, it's good to have things like that on the mental, and I think thinking about this is important. So I'm glad that he's thought of these things. But what I feel like differently than I did with the earlier bios was that I don't remember, and I think it was Donna's potentially, where it was like, yeah, this is what I want, but also this is kind of what I recognize, and I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna do. He does say I aim to read the room and adapt accordingly, but I'm not sold on that. He's actually going to like be low key if it doesn't work.
Yeah. What aspect of your personality will shine the most? My unbridled enthusiasm. What strength do you have that will help in challenges? He says, I'm good at balancing, throwing balls into things, endurance, and I'm okay with puzzles.
He said okay. He didn't say I'm gonna beast them all. That's
I
good.
like this answer because I think it's like it seems as though it's an accurate representation of what his skills might be. So we'll see how that goes. What part of the experience are you most excited for? Strategizing with and against my fellow house guests. I like that. Just excited to play. What will be the hardest part? If I must live with somebody that I don't like or can't stand being around, however, I can be fake, so I think I will cope well. First thing you'll do with the winnings, a plane ticket to somewhere cool after collecting enough interest from the prize money. I mean, after collecting enough interest, I guess you got to wait a while.
Yeah, this is a trip in like 3 years.
What legacy do you hope to leave behind? I hope I am remembered as a player who played for himself and not other people. I love hearing that. Now, listen, this can go the way of Kyle Moore, but I would rather somebody be Kyle Moore than like the hundreds of Big Brother players that you don't remember their name because they just didn't play the game for themselves.
Yeah, they just kind of like went by the wayside because of someone else.
Yes. Somebody who is constantly thinking, what is in this for me? And, should I be going along with this is a very good thing for both themselves and I think the game at large. All right. Fill in the blank. Perfect day includes a hot tub with friends, games, and books. I assume not all in the hot tub.
That would be tough.
Biggest pet peeve is messy people. I do not like when dirty cutlery is not being put in the sink or dishwasher and is left laying around. I think I'm coming around to the idea of like I don't like pet peeves that are like trying to put people in a box. Like what do you mean by messy people? You mean a very specific thing, but if somebody does that, does that mean they're a messy person or did they just do it once? Right? Like where do you draw the how often do they have to do stuff like that for you to define them as messy people and therefore be pet peeve?
Right. Like if the house is spotless, you walk into this person's kitchen and they've got like a knife with remnants of like a little cream cheese on it sitting on the counter. Is that an issue or are they like immediately a messy person to you? Or is it it's a one-time thing?
Yeah. I would rather him just say, man, I hate when dirty cutlery is laying around. Like that really pet peeves me. Like, okay, now I'm feeling you because I agree. But when you start it with the messy people, I'm like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean? My greatest strength is my positive attitude. Okay. Biggest fear is fear itself.
Boo. I don't like this answer.
Stop that. Most prized possession is my collection of books. Best advice. I wish you would say what books. Best advice I've received is that that the only person that can stop you is yourself. I think a lot of people in this world might disagree with that, but man, all those people who live in poverty, really, the only thing stopping them is themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're getting in your own way on that one.
Stop stopping yourself, says the billionaire. Hidden talent is I'm great at going up slides.
Wait, this is like you're going up a slide by like trying to run up it?
Run up, climb up. Fun fact, I got stitches climbing up a slide when I was a kid.
Oh no.
My chin.
Oh no.
Yeah, it had so I was going up the slide. It had like a cover at the top, and I was like, I'm gonna go the extra mile. I'm gonna go over the cover. Ended up slipping, nailing my chin on the way down. Which had been my third occurrence of nailing my chin on the way down because I had previously nailed it on the edge of a chair. And then also when I was climbing and fell onto a trash can on my chin. Chin was
Your chin
a
has been
magnet for
taking
hits.
hits. Yeah. Oh my god.
But once I got the stitches, that was it. That was the
Okay.
last chin hit. All right. So I guess I would say I was not great at going up slides. Most spontaneous thing I've done is moving to Taiwan for a year.
Pretty
Is that
spontaneous.
is it spontaneous?
Well, we need to know exactly how it went. Is
Yeah, we
it
didn't really hear the circumstances.
yeah, you just threw a backpack together and dipped out, or did you do 6 months of research beforehand?
Right. If I could possess any superpower, it would be being able to freeze time. Now, listen. This is a terrible answer.
Tell us why.
Because why would you listen, if you're going to say time, why would you limit it to only freezing?
Tell me
You know what I mean?
more.
There's so many things you can do with time beyond just freezing it. And also, what do you mean by freezing it? Do you mean freezing it and you still can move? Or you just how much is going on?
yeah,
can you still breathe? Does the air
Mhm.
still work? And then why not just control of time in general?
Right, because to me, freezing time implies that you'll have more hours in a day because you just hit the snooze button for like 2 hours to get extra time. But
Yeah.
then does everyone else get that extra time? And can you still do regular stuff during that extra time or no?
Also, do you still age while time is frozen? You
Right.
gotta ask these questions because, all right, anyway. Celebrity lookalike is Michael Cera.
I don't see it.
No, I don't either. Beyond just nerdy looking guy, I guess.
Right.
Celebrity crush, Penelope Cruz, great choice.
Okay. Okay.
When I'm stressed, I cope by having a hot tub.
Oh we get it, man. You have a hot tub, okay? Only you can get what was it? Only you can stop yourself?
Yeah.
Getting your own way?
I also like that he says having a hot tub. As though just the act of having it.
Yeah. Sometimes, I'm stressed and then I think about it. I'm like, you know what? I have a hot tub. Life's good.
Going for a walk, having fun with friends, watching a movie or show, playing video games, or reading. So lots of things. None of which you can do in the house other than hot tub. If I could only eat one thing in the house, it would be Japanese curry.
Have I had Japanese curry?
I have not.
I'm looking at it. It looks tasty.
Regular curry. But I think I might like Japanese curry more than regular curry personally, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I would mess with this. Absolutely. I mean, it's rice, protein, veggies. What's not to love? Yeah.
I get along best with people who are fun, quirky, chill, and like to play games. My friends would describe me as someone who is enthusiastic and wholesome.
Okay, no, friends would describe you, not you describe you. Okay.
Yeah. It's walking a line, I think. Walking a line. If his friends told me this guy's really wholesome, okay, great. If a guy tells me people describe me as wholesome, I'd be like,
yeah.
Personal accomplishment I'm most proud of is completing a 14-day canoe trip across Temagami.
Temagami.
I don't know where that is.
A canoe trip, does that
maybe
mean
Taiwan?
Let me see. Temagami is it's a municipality in Ontario, Canada.
Oh.
Yeah. But I think it's the canoeing. I mean, a canoe trip, does that imply that you're just doing the entire area through canoe?
I assume you're canoeing for a while, maybe taking a break, doing some more canoeing, doing a little excursion, do some more canoeing, camp, and continuing. Which quite honestly, the most, from my perspective, the accomplishment there is just being able to canoe for 14 days without losing your mind, because I find it incredibly boring personally.
What if it's not a solo canoe trip? If it's with a friend or
it's hard to talk to people while you're canoeing though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're in the canoe with them, perhaps, which is certainly
Yeah.
possible. In fact, actually, canoeing is sorry, I get them mixed up, canoeing, kayaking. Um, but
Oh my god, I was picturing a kayak the whole time as well with the Yeah, I got it wrong. Okay.
I think I think you still mostly canoe on your own, or potentially you would, but yeah, it's like you can't be too close to other
Mhm.
people who are doing it because like you got the paddles and you're kind of all over the place. So you're kind of like yelling to them a little bit. It's not like you can't like have casual conversations as easily unless they're in the same boat as you, which is certainly possible. Um, Rapid fire. Under the radar strategy over popularity contest. Gut instinct over logic. Floater over competition beast. Intellectual skills over physical strength. No food over no sleep. Master manipulator over honesty. Win at all costs over maintain your integrity. And showmance.
Two showmances on the board now.
Into the
Okay.
showmance. Now trying to match him up with our previous showman's answer. He is 31. That is about 5 years older than Donna, I believe her name was.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I don't know. I don't know if that's the right match yet, but maybe we'll find some good
We'll
matches.
see. I will say, chat did say that I need to hear his laugh. So I'm very curious for this man's video to see what's going on.
There you go. Elijah overall. I feel like even just like looking at this cast, I don't know. I feel like he might have some trouble finding his people. Just looking archetypally here.
Mhm.
I'm not seeing it yet. I think he stands out of the four people we've seen so far as somebody that would have trouble fitting in with the previous four potentially. So
Yeah.
we'll see. All right, let's move on to Ibrahim.
Ibrahim. Yeah.
And he is 34 years old, a sales engineer, and single.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, why were you selected? I think I was selected because I am entertaining and have a great personality. I get along well with people. Um, People who say they have a great personality, also, just just like, okay, 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 all right. What does that mean exactly? Personality is so many different things, but okay.
Because how do you know you have a great personality? Others must tell you you have a great personality.
So here's my gut instinct when somebody says they have a good personality is that this is coming from somebody who talks about like looks and personality. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this person is really attractive and has a great personality. Which I think is kind of a weird way to talk about people in general. But like, that to me is what I get the vibe from if somebody says I have a great personality. It's like encompassing everything other than theoretically their looks.
Mhm.
But it could, mean anything theoretically. What's your strategy? To have a great social game and fly under the radar. I plan to be liked, but not too much that it is threatening. That's hard to manage, but I like the thought.
Yeah.
What aspect of your personality will shine the most? There you go. Thank you. We want to get more specific about personality. He says, my charisma. I have a bright and warm personality that can be contagious. There we go. Okay,
Okay.
I like
Great
that.
personality, bright
I'm already
personality.
listen. I saw the photo and I was like, this guy seems charming.
Mhm.
Uh,
Immediately.
and I'm feeling the charm as I read these questions or these answers.
Mhm.
He says he's very competitive. That's going to help him win challenges. He's most excited for the social aspect. There's nothing like it, especially with no distractions from the outside world. Well, there's nothing like it aside from the various versions of the show that exist. But yes. What part of the experience will be the hardest? I would say probably the downtime and trying to find ways to keep myself busy.
That's
Sure.
real.
Yeah. First thing you want to do with the winnings is whatever my mom wants. This will go to her.
Aw.
There you go.
Damn it, his personality's working,
That's
Taran.
what I see. This is what I mean. Like he's a very charming guy. He's probably very good at charming people, which usually charming people will describe themselves as having good personality.
Mhm.
Um, what legacy do you hope to leave behind? You win by being yourself. Okay, that you're not charming me there. Idea of a perfect day includes family, friends, the ocean, and good food.
Everything but the ocean for me.
Yeah. Biggest pet peeve is messy people.
Okay. Again, a 2 for 2 here.
I hate people that don't clean up after themselves. This is the thing too, is that like you can direct your peeved energy at people or at the things that bother you about the people, if that makes sense. I like when people are like, listen, I don't like it when a person does this thing. It doesn't mean I hate the person. It doesn't mean I'm peeved at people. It means I'm peeved at the things that people sometimes do. And I think that's a distinction that I like to think about. It doesn't really matter to most people. My greatest strength is I don't give up. So hopefully he won't quit over a sock. My biggest fear is skunks. Fair.
Pretty good fear. I think that's a legitimate fear.
Yeah. Most prized possession is my brain.
Without it, nothing matters.
Nothing matters. Which, yeah, you know what? Fair.
Ugh, I've been wooed, Taran. He's won me over.
Best advice I've received is the least you can do is try. Yeah, I like that. Hidden talent is I'm a great chef. Okay, listen. He has wined and dined me. My specialty is cooking Thai food. Maybe he will get along with Elijah. They both don't like messy people. Elijah lived in Thailand for a year.
Or Taiwan. He lived in Taiwan.
Oh, sorry. Yep, that's correct. I got that one wrong. Most spontaneous thing I've done is travel to Southeast Asia. Okay, listen. We're close.
Both done the travel. They've both done the travel to Asia, so that could be a bonding point for sure.
His superpower would be teleportation powers.
I mean, oh God. All right. I'm going to have to find red flags for Ibrahim because I'm going to end up hitching my entire draft hopes on him if anything else happens here.
Teleportation is definitely like top tier power. It's just about the mechanics of the teleportation. Does it dismantle you and rebuild you with the same memories, or does it somehow, do something else, right? So celebrity lookalike, Usher or Paul George?
Okay. Let's see. I could see it like a mix of the two for sure. Yeah.
Celebrity crush, Jessica Alba.
Okay. I feel like this was a name that
34? Checks out.
Yeah. I used to see this a lot back in the day, Jessica
Yeah,
Alba.
when I was in like middle school, high school, that was the name.
Number one for a lot, yeah.
When I'm stressed, I cope by working out or meditating.
Okay.
If I could only eat one thing in the house, it would be acai bowls or pad thai.
I'd love me some pad thai. I've never had an acai bowl.
Oh, dude. Gotta have some acai bowls. They're fantastic.
Okay.
I get along best with people who are open-minded. Yep. Okay. A lot of answers that are just like, okay, good.
Yeah.
It's a good. I don't have anything else to say.
Where are the red flags?
Friends and family would describe me as someone who's reliable and resilient. Those are two good things to be. Personal accomplishment I'm proud of is graduating from university. Which again, it's like, okay, I can't fault you for that. But doesn't tell me much. A lot of people say that. Popularity contest or under the radar. Under the radar strategy. Logic over gut instinct. Competition beast over floater. Intellectual skills over physical strength. No food over no sleep. Straightforward honesty over master manipulator. And or maintain your integrity over win at all cost. And showmance over no man's. So yeah. This guy is giving me big like what was it? Rob last season vibes. You know what I mean? Just like good guy, charming, gonna make some good friends.
The dude who went out second, right?
Yeah, he went out early.
Roberto? Yeah.
But like he had some promise. But that promise was seen and then cut away at the knees. Just seems like a good guy. Although sales engineer, who knows? Whoops. Yeah, I think he'll do well. I think he'll go in there. He's handsome. He's charming. He seems like he's going to be somebody that a lot of people want to align with,
Mhm.
and will probably be in it for a decent amount, as long as he doesn't appear too threatening to the people in power.
Yeah, single and willing to showmance. I open to showmances. I think there's a lot of avenues that could happen there. I mean, we haven't seen the rest of the cast, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by Ibrahim.
Yeah, so he's 34. Donna is 26.
26.
So
8-year
a
age
little
gap.
bit of a gap there. Not
Mhm.
impossible, but I don't know. There might be a better option here. All right, next up, Janine Holmes.
Janine.
Let's see here. She is 44 years old. Looks amazing. Hair and makeup artist,
From
and she's
Toronto.
married.
Okay. And this
She
is the
is
first married we got on the relationship status. None of the people in relationships have had the same answer.
yeah, none of them have been the same. Okay. Why were you selected? I'm positive, fun, and entertaining. I've been wanting to play this game even before Big Brother Canada started, which to me indicates a US fan.
Okay.
I'm ready to give it my all and will cherish every moment. Her strategy is to win the first HOH, be part of a she knows her stuff. Be part of a big 8-person alliance, but also have a side alliance with about 4 of them. I will do everything to make season 12 the best and most entertaining for Canadians. Okay, so she knows her stuff, but she's not tapped into the fan base.
I'm gonna create the biggest steamroll.
What aspect of your personality will shine the most? She says, I'm a people person. I've worked in the service industry for over 25 years. I know the art of speaking and listening to people and making them feel comfortable. Okay. She
Yeah, I
said,
like
I'm
that.
very competitive, love to get the wins. I don't quit and do whatever it takes. Bring on the endurance challenges. I birthed 2 babies with no medication or pain relievers, so I can be uncomfortable for a very long time.
Is Janine gonna try and win every comp? I feel like Janine's not gonna give up on any of them.
She's
Or
going to go for
throw.
it. Listen, I think give Janine a comp she can win in the first HOH comp. She's going to win it. She's going to set up the season to be interesting, I think. Like a Karen.
Mhm.
So all right. What are you most excited for? All of it. I'm excited to play the challenges, wear the wacky costumes, go on secret missions, and win the grand prize. She might get along with
Enthusiasm.
Donna.
Yeah. Yeah, they both vibe out.
What part will be the hardest? Lack of alone time. I love to socialize, but I need quiet moments. Also being away from my family. So this is again,
What
she's a
Dinis said, right?
little bit older, 44,
Mhm.
than the rest of the cast. And again, talking about like potential social battery issues could be a problem. But we'll see. First thing you'd buy with the grand prize winning ice cream with my kiddos.
All the toppings you
There you
want.
go. What legacy do you hope to leave behind? First female winner over the age of 40.
Okay. I like that.
Idea of a perfect day includes gym, hang out with my family, and have ice cream.
A big part of the family, this ice cream.
Go to a nice dinner and an escape room, then in bed by 9 p.m.
Oh wow.
There you go.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Rob, leave the chat, Rob. Close your eyes.
Biggest pet peeve? Know-it-alls.
Full stop. No elaboration, nothing.
I will say again, you want to give me a good pet peeve? Don't say know-it-alls. Tell me that your pet peeve is a specific kind of situation where you are bothered by a know-it-all. Like for instance, your pet peeve is when somebody picks apart your pet peeve and tells you how you can do it better. That
Yeah.
would be a better pet peeve.
hmm
My greatest strength is determination. Biggest fear? Ski lift chairs.
Oh, great fear. I've never gone skiing, but just seeing those chairs and there's no like I don't it makes me nervous.
Yeah. I hope she didn't watch that movie where they get stuck in a ski lift chair. Most prized possession? My stuffed lamb.
I'm assuming like a plushie.
Yeah, that's okay. It's a little weird. Here's a weird way to phrase it for me. Best advice I've received: don't get mad, get even.
Ooh, with a vengeance. Okay.
Okay.
Like that.
Hidden talent: I can recite the entire Canadian phonetic alphabet. I don't really know what that means.
I don't know, and I lived there 10 years. What?
Phonetic
As we figure it out together.
This is way too.
Oh, there are 26 code words as follows. Is this like the Alpha Bravo Charlie? That's what it is, but the
it's
Canadian one.
Canadian? Huh.
Yeah.
Didn't know Canadians had different version of it.
I didn't know this either. Cool.
Okay.
I couldn't
Most
do that.
spontaneous thing I've done is flew to London, UK. Sorry. Why do you have to put UK there? To surprise my
'Cause
sister.
there's London, Ontario.
London,
Karen.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. To surprise my sister who was running a marathon there.
It'd be a lot less impressive if it was flew to London, UK from Toronto. I'm pretty done like that. But I love that. A little surprise the family. I like that a lot.
Yeah. If I could possess any superpower, it would be to fly.
Okay. We haven't heard this one yet, and I feel like this is a common one for some people.
It's a pretty good one. Although now that I've heard shapeshifter, I feel like that's a better version of it because you can shapeshift into something that can fly.
And then shapeshift back.
Yeah. And also, like, if you are, say, a bird, you're designed to fly. And I've done those. I haven't like done any actual skydiving, but I've done those like indoor skydiving things where they
like
just
the little
tons of
chamber thing.
wind to
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
up. Let me tell you, not fun to have wind blasting in your face. It just,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But if you're a bird, probably is fine. Celebrity lookalike is Candace Cameron Bure.
That's the first person I thought of. DJ from Full House. That's the first person I thought of when I saw her. So that's incredible that that's who she put down as well. Yeah, I see it. I fully see it.
Celebrity crush is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
I feel like, listen, this to me, low-key feels like pandering a little bit. Trying to get that popular vote, if you know what I'm saying.
She's this is not just one of it. This is like she wants to be a third. Like she's in for both. When I'm stressed, I cope by going to the gym.
Okay.
If I could only eat one thing, it would be sushi.
Love that.
I feel like people don't think practically with the one thing. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I mean that's the thing. When Liana and I play this game, she thinks way too practically, and I'm like, just pick the food you want the most. Like that.
Just be what's your favorite food. You know?
Yeah. What's your answer to this?
I'd have to think about it, but based on these answers so far, I think burrito is the best, most practical of the answers. I get along best with people who are smart and witty. I think the problem with that is that like it's a subjective thing. Like, what do you find smart and witty?
Right.
That's going to tell me more. My friends would describe me as someone who is a constant cheerleader for them. Personal accomplishment I'm most proud of is my kids. Popularity contest over under the radar strategy, gut instinct over logic, comp beast over floater, intellect over physical strength, no food over no sleep, honesty over master manipulator, win at all costs over integrity, and nomance over showmance, of course. You know what? Acai bowl wasn't bad. I'll give you that. Yeah. It'll be harder to get some protein in, but
I think for me, after reading Janine's bio, I completely understand what she means by needing the social recharge because I feel like she's going to be shot out of a cannon. I think she's going to be very energetic a lot of the time. So I'm just curious, how long will she last if she's doing that?
She's somebody I want to see her get power early because if she doesn't, I feel like she might be left out of things and then we'll just not really have a place to go.
Yeah.
And if she gets power early, I think that like she will be playing and having some fun. So all right. That's Janine. Let's move on to Kayla Clennon. Here we go. Kayla is 26 years old. A volleyball coach and single.
Okay.
She was selected because of her talkative personality, she says. Her strategy going into the house would be to be a social chameleon and adapt to the personalities that she's around so that nobody wants to get rid of her.
Simple to the point.
Yes. The aspect of her personality that will shine the most, her sarcasm. Okay.
That could go well or bad depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah, that's a little risky. Strengths that will help her in challenges. She has good physical strength from being an athlete. She also does escape rooms as a leisure activity.
That's a great
Okay.
leisure activity. I feel like, different types of puzzles to solve. I think that's good.
Being an athlete and being used to doing like puzzles and stuff, pretty decent combo.
Mhm.
Part of the experience will be the hardest is trivia challenges. Uh-oh.
I think you do the escape rooms. That's you're got a little leg up there.
Yeah. First thing that she would do with the prize winnings is move out and send my mom on a trip.
Perfect. Get your own place.
Okay.
Then get mom a vacation.
Legacy that she wants to leave is to show people that it's not only the men who can be comp beasts. That would certainly be great.
Yep.
Perfect day includes a workout with good company and a good meal. Biggest
Simple.
pet peeve: people who are rude and have an attitude because they think they are of a higher status or better than others. Man, people are really they're really going in on the people thing. I'd rather have a specific example. What you're talking, I know what you're talking about, but I'd rather you give me an example of what you're talking about. That's a better pet
Yeah.
peeve.
Is the squishy sock still the number one pet peeve for you?
Number one pet peeve on the
I
board.
think so. Yeah, I agree.
Greatest strength is I can read a room fairly well, as I am a big people watcher. Okay. I want a people engager more than a people watcher, but
Mhm.
we'll see. Biggest fear is dealing with change.
Ooh.
Yikes. That's
Mm,
an
for
awful
this
fear to have.
game? Yeah.
Also bugs, heights, and open water, which are more, feasible fears.
Yeah, we share a lot of them.
Most prized possession is my family and car.
Okay.
Best advice she's received is live a life of oh wells and not what ifs. Okay. Hidden talent is I don't think I have one. If I had to pick one, I can be a good liar if I need to be.
Then be it. Do it, please. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Most spontaneous thing she's done is applying for the show and now going on it. Okay. Any superpower be teleportation. There you go.
Love it. 10 out of 10.
Another Zendaya lookalike.
Okay.
I think was it Avery that said Zendaya?
Yeah, I think so.
I think Avery is closer. Celebrity crush Paul Walker. When she's stressed, she likes working out with a friend or working out the issue with a friend. Oh wow, that's assuming that the stress is.
Oh, not that friend. Like someone to
Yeah.
talk to you about it. Yeah.
If she could eat one thing, it would be chicken wings.
Love
or
it.
Creamy rose pasta. Okay.
Okay.
She
I
gets along
like
best
both
with
things.
people who can understand her humor. I mean, that's obvious.
Yeah.
Her friends and family describe her as someone who's extremely empathetic. I just- I'm not getting good like player vibes right now.
I feel like given and because the last answer she gave as well of her biggest accomplishment is also getting a car and getting on the show. To me, I'm feeling like Kayla might be completely new to this.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, the video will give me more clarity, but we'll
She
see.
says strategy over popularity, logic over gut instinct, competition beast over floater, physical strength over intellectual skills, no sleep over no food, honesty over manipulating, maintaining integrity over win at all costs, and showmance. So yeah, she seems like somebody that's going to be like, going hard in comps.
Mhm.
Um, Maybe not the most active strategic player at first, if she's kinda new to the game, and, a little bit more, like, on the side of, like, just, like, being an asset for a strategist because she's winning comps, potentially.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on to Lexus. Uh,
Yes.
alright. Lexus is 24, a dental hygienist, and single. So this is the 24, 26, and 26 for the single women.
Mhm.
And so far, both men were in their 30s that were single.
Yes.
Um, why was she selected? She has an enticing personality, hypnotizing aura. I'm beautiful, funny, and sweet.
Okay.
There you go. Strategy going into the house. To reel people in with her personality. Gets along with every type of person, and people quickly feel comfortable around her. She says, I will also have everyone trust me and just be myself. She has a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I saw before we hopped on here, Taran, is that Lexus has dated Drake. Is an ex of Drake's. You know who Drake is, right?
Wait. Lexus is wait, what?
Lexus is Drake's ex, is an ex of Drake's.
Really?
Yes. This is what I saw before we hopped on here.
That's real?
I think so.
How do people know this? Is it listed in the bio?
I didn't jump into the lore of it all, but I think her name has come up in some capacity before. And in her video, she says something about being with someone who was like under the spotlight or in the spotlight type of thing. Mm-hmm. So I don't know the full like duration or how long or any of that, but I know that. So when you said she seemed very confident, I'm like, yeah, I can see that she got confidence.
Yeah. All right. Well, she says that. Okay. She says her strengths would be that she does well under pressure, and her mind can convince. Sorry, she says my mind can convince my body not to give up, even if my body wants to.
Ooh, my mind can't do that. My mind can try. It ain't gonna work.
This is a funny way to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the part she's most excited for is to make new friends and compete in all the challenges. The hardest thing will be to stay true to herself, but keeping in mind that it's a game. I'm going to be the villain in at least one person's story or time in the house. I like that.
That is great
acknowledgement.
mentality. Mm-hmm.
The thing she would buy is a gift for her friends and family, plus a well-deserved vacation.
It's a good thing there's a sponsor for a vacation because that is coming gratis.
She says that the legacy she hopes to leave behind is to simply be iconic. Okay. Idea of a perfect day includes laying on the beach and swimming in the ocean with her friends and having drinks. A lot of people they love the beach.
It is warm. It's good. I mean, right now it's like the dead of winter in Canada, so you could have some warmer times.
Biggest pet peeve: people who don't get to the point fast enough, and slow walkers and drivers.
Yes. Lexus would not like me.
Listen, I'm a big fan of the slow walker pet peeve. But it's again, I give me something more specific here. Greatest strength is ability to be relatable with anyone and adapt to situations. Okay, that's interesting. I don't feel like I've felt that in the bio so far. The like relatableness. But it doesn't mean she has it. Doesn't have it in her.
Yeah.
Biggest fear is heights.
Okay.
Most prized possession is my dog.
There we go. Second person to say that now.
Best advice she's received: treat people the way you want to be treated, and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Shout out Michael Scott.
Did you receive this advice? Because her hidden talent is good at writing diss tracks.
All right, Lexus. Now we're alike.
Maybe she wrote some for Drake.
I would love to find out more.
Most spontaneous thing she's done is living in Miami for 4 months with people she doesn't know.
That is not as spontaneous. I feel like just going for university and dorming up is that in a way, you know?
Celebrity lookalike is a mix of Chantal Jeffries and Bella Hadid.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Celebrity crush, Aubrey Drake Graham. Of course. Or 50 Cent.
It says, of course, Taran. What does that mean to you? See?
I have no idea. Are they Drake related? I don't know.
Aubrey Drake Graham is Drake.
Oh!
Of course.
So her celebrity crush is an ex.
That's valid, right? That can be a thing.
I guess so. I mean, I personally, I don't think I would describe an ex as a crush, but listen.
But if you had a crush on someone and then you dated them and then they became an ex, you can still continue to have a crush on them. I feel like this was just her way to be like, of course, Drake.
Yes.
Y'all know this. Or 50 Cent.
I mean, at that point, that's kind of like, hey, 50 Cent. What you up to? When she's stressed, she copes by either working out or crying to release what she's feeling, and then feeling fine a few minutes later. So, I think Donna said that as well.
I think it was Donna's as well. Yeah, stress cry.
If she could eat one thing, it would be tacos. She gets along best with people who have high emotional intelligence, are outgoing, and can teach her things. I like that.
Okay.
Friends and family who describe her as someone who is sweet, caring, fun, outgoing, and always manages to get my way. Personal accomplishment she's most proud of is outgrowing the need to people please and to not prioritize people who don't prioritize me. Under the radar strategy over popularity contest, gut instinct over logic, comp beast over floater, intellect over physical skills, no sleep over no food. Master manipulator or straightforward honesty, both, but manipulative honesty.
That
Like our first cheater again.
Yeah, is that like
in a while?
No, gaslighting isn't being honest. It's you trying to manipulate someone into thinking you're being honest. Maybe a little gaslighting. I don't
know. Win at all costs or maintain your integrity. Win at all costs. And
Good.
showmance.
Okay. So now we have 4 people so far that are single and ready to mingle, Taran, right? We have
I think she's the 3rd woman, and there's 2 men so far.
We had Donna. Oh,
Donna,
Kayla, right?
Kayla, Lexus.
Yeah, and then we have Elijah and Ibrahim. Okay.
All right. She did not strike me as somebody that like is necessarily like here for the game, here for the show. Like
not yet, at least.
Right. She talked about like liking to get her way. So I think she'll like get in there, but I don't know what her knowledge of the game is at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Matthew Wong.
Okay.
Matthew is 27 years old, kinesthesiologist, and single. Okay. This is a big contender here. Same age range as pretty much all of the women that are single and looking to mingle. Why was he selected? I'm a character. I'm well-rounded, diverse, unique, and one of a kind.
Okay. Say more.
What's your strategy going to the house? My strategy is to stay true to my character and morals to the best of my ability. I want to remember that it is a game with money on the line, and I'll do whatever I have to win.
Wait, was that not 2 opposite things? He wants to stay true to his character and morals, but also wants to do whatever it takes.
To the best of his ability. I think he strikes me as somebody that was like saying it and then realizing in the moment, well, I will also have to remember that it's a game and that there's money and I have to do what I have to.
Okay.
What aspect of your personality will shine the most? Positivity, competitive nature, and loudness. Okay. That's concerning.
For him, yeah.
What strengths do you bring that will help you in challenges? I am physically, intellectually, and mentally strong. I am more than what meets the eye. Okay. The thing is, he's probably not wrong. He's probably going to do well in the challenges. What part of the Big Brother experience are you most excited for? I am blessed with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that will make me grow as a person. This is going to be an experience outside my comfort zone, but I'm excited to see I'm excited because that's where real growth will occur. What part is going to be the hardest for you? Not being able to talk to my family, being away from them. What's the first thing you'd buy with the winnings? My sister would say I'm getting her Taylor Swift tickets, but most likely my first purchase would be Ace Sushi.
All you can eat sushi.
Yeah. I've never seen that acronym.
Yeah, I've only seen it with regards to sushi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And something special for my mom. So, immediately throwing his sister under the bus. What legacy would you like to leave behind? For Canada to know the...
My brother, we We do in the Big Brother sphere because of Ica.
Yeah. This guy clearly not very knowledgeable about the show. It would be very funny if Ica was on this cast. He says that he wants his legacy to be for Canada to know the last name Wong, which of course is very funny because Ica Wong is perhaps the most famous person to come from the show. My Tukai grandpa sailed on a cargo ship from Fiji to New Westminster, BC, with next to nothing, and went back to bring over many members of our family so that we could have a better life. It's my time to carry the torch, make a better life for my family, and to make them proud. Wong Strong.
Like a legacy thing for his family to put him in the
It's a
history
nice
books.
answer.
I get it. Yeah.
It's funny in context.
Yeah.
Perfect day is a morning workout with the boys, followed by a sunny day at the lake or beach with my family and friends, enjoying a feast of a potluck BBQ with great tunes and lots of laughs.
All right, Matthew likes to eat, let me tell you. I'm getting big, like, I need my food guy. So if there's Taran, it's been a couple years since Big Brother. Was there slop last season of this show?
I think so.
I think Matthew might struggle with it.
Yeah. And he likes the boys.
Yes, big lad energy.
Biggest pet peeve: people who yap. Don't talk about it, be about it. Terrible pet peeve.
Yeah, Matthew, you were yapping a little bit in your bio. I'm not gonna lie.
My greatest strength is my diversity. I feel like I'm very well-rounded.
He said this earlier as well. He mentioned the specifically diversity and well-rounded in his factors earlier.
Biggest fear is living to work, not working to live. And don't forget to take the time to smell the roses and enjoy life. Again, those are just like mottos. Most prized possession, my family. Again, I just wouldn't think of possession.
Vin Diesel will draft him first, make it known.
Best advice I've received is, it's already written. God wouldn't present the opportunity if you couldn't handle it / weren't ready for it.
Okay.
Hidden talent, karaoke singing skills. Okay. Not going to be able to show those off on the show, but
Yeah.
Most spontaneous thing he's done is applying for the show.
Okay, see that. I feel like when you say that, it almost feels like you were new to the show.
Right. It implies that somebody approached you and you were like, sure.
Like, oh, yeah.
Any superpower would be ability to fly / transport. I would save a lot of time avoiding traffic and could travel the world.
Transport means teleport, right? That's what he's implying? Teleportation?
I don't know. Transport.
Or is it like you can fly, or now I'm a bus? It's kind of like shapeshifter. I'm now a car.
Any form of transportation.
Yeah, I'll be the yacht. I don't know.
Celebrity lookalike, Brad Pitt or Channing Tatum?
Let's scroll up real quick. I do not see either.
No, me neither.
Okay.
Yeah. That's ambitious too. Those are ambitious ones to say if you're not quite there. Lauren London, celebrity crush.
Okay.
He copes from stress by hitting the gym, working out, eating. He could only eat one thing, it would be sushi.
All you can eat sushi, Taran.
Gets along best with people who have positive and good vibes and do what they say they're going to do. Okay. Family friends would describe him as loud, again, loving, loyal, funny, family-oriented, motivating, and smart man. Sorry, I have to read this exactly as he wrote it because it's very funny. Loud, loyal, funny, family-oriented, motivating, and smart man who loves life and food.
Nailed it. If he's on slop, he's going to struggle. He loves his food, and he loves life, and he's a smart man, Taran.
Oh, Chad is saying he looks a little bit like a Dr. Will.
I could see Dr. Will-ish.
Here's the problem. They're saying young Dr. Will. I actually think no. I think he looks a bit more like the older Dr. Will.
I agree with you on that as well.
Not that he looks old, but like the older Dr. Will's facial structure
is
a bit more
different.
of a fit.
Yeah, it's different.
Personal accomplishment most proud of is digging myself out of a hole when I was at my lowest point.
Huge. I think that's always a good one.
Okay, rapid fire. Popularity contest over strategy. Logic over gut instinct. Competition beast over floater. Intellectual skills or physical strength? Both. No sleep, no food, no sleep. Straightforward honesty over manipulating. Win at all costs over integrity. And no man's.
No man's. Matthew Wong does not want to be in a relationship. Now, just because you say no man's at the beginning doesn't mean you're not going to end up in a man's.
Yes.
So I could still potentially see it. I'm going to be right back, Taran.
Okay. No worries. We've got 2 people left here. Matthew Wong. I don't know. I'm not feeling great. It did not feel like he had a lot of knowledge of the game. And while he will likely win some competitions and potentially get into a showman's, I just don't know if he has the strategic sort of like mind and again knowledge to potentially offset the threat level that he may give off. So let's move on. Our final 2 people here. We're gonna talk about Todd. Todd, who is 31, a general contractor, and single. Okay, let's see. Why was he selected to be on BBCan 12? Probably my laugh and being myself. Yeah, but what about yourself? Okay, that's fine. His strategy going into the house is to make an alliance with 4 or 5 people, then make a smaller alliance with one or 2 people, give himself a better chance when up for eviction. Not a bad strategy, of course. A little sort of like surface level, I would say, in terms of actual strategy. But at least he is thinking along those lines. The aspect he thinks that will shine the most is his sense of humor. The strengths that he will take into challenges that will help him is taking calculated risks. It's an interesting choice for challenges, but I like the idea of taking calculated risks in the game, at least. The part he's most excited for is the overall experience, meeting new people, finding out what the theme is. Very short answers from Todd. I feel like we're going to get through Todd before Pooya even gets back at this point. Hardest part will be being away from work and pets. Being away from work is an interesting choice there. He's a general contractor. I guess really loves work. First thing he would buy with the winnings is to put it away for a rainy day or invest it all and turn it into more.
I feel like that's the most boring answer you can give for your money is do something safe with it.
Yes. It is a boring answer, but also like, yeah, okay. I can't fault you.
Yeah.
What legacy do you hope to leave behind? First person from Labrador to be on the show.
Well, I believe you've already achieved it then.
Yeah, that's the low bar.
Yeah.
Perfect day includes mojitos, palm trees, and a beach.
Classic.
Biggest pet peeve is people clapping at festivals.
No, people clapping fans at festivals.
Oh, people clapping fans at festivals.
What does that mean?
Isn't I don't because I know there's a thing with it, like you can smack things, but I don't think they're fans.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up because I'm thinking of like the fans that are like the big fans that you hold to like give yourself air. Is that what it is?
You certainly join the box in the chat says the sound the fan makes when you whip it out. Certainly not that, right?
Okay. How are you hearing that at a festival?
Right.
No shot it's that. It can't be that.
And like who's doing that? Like,
why is that? I mean, listen, he is fulfilling your criteria of like a specific pet peeve.
But why at festivals? Like
right.
Like if you don't like the sound of a fan clapping out when you like, do it, like surely anywhere. In fact, festivals are probably the worst or the least impacting place that would happen because there's so much other noise happening.
I assume it has to be that fan because the other option is people festival goers clapping at the festival, which also doesn't make sense. I just feel like at the festival, you're not going to hear any of that.
All right. Greatest strength is patience and never giving up. Good things come to those who wait. Okay. Biggest fear is the ocean is a spooky place.
He gets it. That I agree.
Most prized possession is my health.
Okay.
Interesting answer. Best advice: live in the present. Don't dwell on the past, and take one step at a time. I'm still like, give me something fresh with the advice. Hidden talent is cooking. Most spontaneous thing he's done is booked a trip to travel across the world, packed my bags, flew the next day.
That's pretty spontaneous.
If I could possess any superpower, it would be to teleport. Skip those long flights. Yes.
Yep. Great answer.
Celebrity lookalike. I have no clue. I like that.
Yeah.
Celebrity crush, Megan Fox.
Okay.
31 years old. Checks out. When I'm stressed, I cope by taking a deep breath, telling myself it could always be worse, and it is what it is.
Okay.
If I could only eat one thing in the house, it would be chicken.
Grilled, fried, broiled, boiled, any
Listen,
type
it
of
is
chicken.
fairly practical. Lots of options.
You would love this answer, Taran.
It's along best with people who are genuine. Friends and family describe him as funny and down to do anything fun. Thing he's most proud of is building 2 companies from the ground up. He likes strategy over popularity, logic over gut instinct, comp beast over floater, intellectual skills or physical strength, and even balance. No sleep over no food, blunt honesty versus master manipulator, integrity over win at all costs, showmance or no mance, either or.
Either or. Okay, either way. Could go either way.
Okay. Todd is giving me nothing.
No, I've gotten not a lot from Todd here. And I jumped in when you said, I might be done with this profile before Pooya gets back. So I feel like we'll see what the video says, but Todd I feel like he's showman's fodder is how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I mean, he just seems like a dude,
Just the regular dude guy.
He's just a dude. Yeah, he seems like he seems like he might be like the Canada fan favorite.
I
'Cause he's
mean,
just a dude.
and I think he will have backing there for sure.
All right, and finally, the last known member of this cast, Vivek, who is 25 years old.
Oh, it says he's a super fan in the little bio from the beginning.
Oh, super fan, full of ambition and passion. Okay. He's a software developer, and he is single.
Okay.
He thinks he was selected because of his passion for the game. He's loved the show since it first aired. Combine that, well, see, the problem is that he could mean last year. Or he combine that with the strategy and charisma. I have a good combo for the show, he says. His strategy going in is to find his ride or die at the beginning, form an alliance with them.
Second person who said
that. And 6 people, and ride into jury. Then I'll get more aggressive and manipulative to build my resume for final 2 and cut my ride or die in final 3.
Okay, I'm ticking some boxes here. Good answer. Good answer.
I mean, I will say a better strategy is to not have to cut your ride or die because you can beat them.
Even better.
But, I like the flashiness of it. What aspect will shine the most? My determination. Even if I'm a have-not up for nomination, lost the POV, I will not give up. Good. Like that. What will he bring to challenges? If I'm given a mental competition, I believe I have a good chance of winning based on my knowledge of the show and my technical background.
Think he studied.
Here's the thing. Knowledge of the show will tell you that mental competitions are harder to have an advantage in general. But I feel you. What part of the experience are you most excited for besides winning the whole thing? I would say that the first day when I step into the house and which I have seen on TV for years. What part of the experience do you think will be hardest? I'm a really family-oriented guy, so not being able to see my family or hear their voices is going to be tough for me. He's going to buy gifts for his family members with prize money. The legacy he hopes to leave. My only hope is to inspire other immigrants that come to this country through hard work and determination, you too can achieve great things like being on one of the biggest reality shows in Canada.
Okay, big fan. That's all I'm getting is big fan right now.
Yeah. Idea of a perfect day is picnic on a private beach. Biggest pet peeve, being ungrateful for what you have. The pet peeves are not giving with this cast. Other than the socks started so strong.
We start on a high.
Greatest strength, my passion and determination to achieve the goals I set for myself. Biggest fear, spiders.
Okay.
Most prized possession, my car. You know, that's again, very boring answer, but very fair considering it's like probably the most expensive thing anybody owns.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
Best advice I've received is that if you're going through hard times, keep going. It'll only get better. Hidden talent is I've got moves like Jagger.
How old is he? Can you remind me?
I believe he was 25. Yeah.
Pretty young to. I mean, it's a decade old song, is what I'm trying to say. I thought he'd be like my
Yeah.
age with that one, but
Most spontaneous thing he's done besides Big Brother Canada, waking up on a holiday, wanting to go skydiving, and doing it. Okay.
pretty
Pretty
spontaneous.
good. Any superpower, it would be knowledge of everything in the universe.
This gives me I want 1,000 more wishes if a genie gives you 3 wishes kind of thing.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna need you to be more specific about how that works. Celebrity lookalike, Dev Patel.
No, listen, I can say this as a brown man. Like, we don't got a lot, so we'll just say the one that we think people would also say immediately.
Yeah. Celebrity crush, Drake. Uh-oh. Hold on. Does this make it more or less likely that it gets into a showman's with Lexus?
I think if he finds out that Lexus and Drake had a thing, I think that might make him gravitate towards Lexus some more. And at least in a big curiosity type of way. You know what I will say? I don't love the Drake in a platonic way. You didn't need to say in a platonic way. Just say Drake. Your life's fine. Yeah.
When he's stressed, he copes by going on hikes, playing video games, going out with friends.
Okay.
If you could only eat one thing, it would be spicy chicken wings. See, this is bad. Why are you limiting yourself? After a couple days of spicy, you're gonna be like, okay, I need some
a barbecue.
Gets along best with people who are ambitious like me, work hard and stay humble. See, this guy, he talks a lot about work ethic, work hard. He respects people that are like, nose to the grindstone, very, very, very work oriented, very, very much driven in that way. Friends and family describe him as someone who has good morals. That's another one. Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Because listen, nobody really agrees on what good morals are.
Right.
Like, there are some obvious ones, but you would hope that you've got those ones covered.
Exactly.
So when you say good morals, what you mean is what? I don't know. Full of ambition and loves to party.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about this. The loves to party thing. I don't know. It feels not fully real to me.
It's the
It feels like somebody who
exclamation
loves
point.
work who's like, nah, I love to party too.
Yeah, it's like what an imposter would say.
Personal accomplishment most proud of, buying a house at 25.
Pretty big accomplishment, I would say.
Hold on. He lives in St. John, New Brunswick. I think is NB. I don't know if that's an expensive place.
I'm not very well versed on that part of Canada.
All right. Popularity contest over strategy, logic over gut instinct, comp beast over floater, intellectual over physical, no food over no sleep, master manipulator over honesty, win at all costs over integrity. And yes, he is interested in the showmans.
Taran, my prediction here, we've now at this point looked at all the bios. We still don't know what the videos look like, but just that word superfan being there, Melissa's going to give everything away to draft him first. And and Melissa, if you're listening to this, I caught you. I'm curious. I want to hear him. And that's the big thing for me, Taran, is hearing people's voices. The vibe I get just from their communication is going to go a long way for me. But from the bios, got some interesting characters here.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is an interesting experiment to just look at the bios and see what we get from that. We'll, of course, be back next week, I believe Monday, for the official draft,
Mhm.
where we will talk through uh, what we have come to a conclusion on for these people once we watch more from them. But yeah, Vivek, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think the work oriented personality, I don't know how well that fits with a cast full of like people who like to be on reality shows.
Yeah, and I feel like we
Um,
got quite a few people who need like the social recharge, and I feel like with Vivek, it sounds like he's a go-getter, go 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 go
mm,
go, and that might not gel well with some people who just like, can we just chill? We don't need to keep moving now, especially with a game like Big Brother, where for like 3 days after the veto ceremony, there's nothing new developing outside of who we're voting for.
yeah.
So we'll see.
All right. Well, I think I will say I think the women are standing out a little more to me in
Agreed.
general. But I think I think a good thing right now. I will say I think Vivek seems like he might want to be a little broy.
Matthew would
Matthew
like to be a
definitely
broy.
broy.
Hmm.
Todd, he's just a dude. I think he would fall in with bros.
Hmm.
And then Ibrahim, I think, will get along with women, but very, very much be happy to uh, bro it up as well.
Hmm.
So, given what we know about competitions and who tends to win them, it's important to look at the bros and whether or not we think they might align and what they might do. So, um,
If an Anthony's in that house, Taran.
oh boy.
That'll be interesting.
All right. Well, I assume we will find out the imports from Big Brother Canada proper once the show starts.
I
But
believe, yeah, on the premiere, we're gonna get that information.
yeah, I'm trying to think of like who are they missing here, and I'm not sure I know.
Like,
Um,
what is an archetype or type of player that we don't have, kind of thing?
I could definitely still see like a spicy V
I
spicing
feel
up this
like
mix.
I'm almost willing to lock in Spicy V.
Yeah, I feel like all of the women so far, and again, we haven't seen the videos, but like
Mhm.
I don't know if they've got, like, the energy that, Spicy V does.
Right.
Granted, not many people do, but,
Yeah. And
um,
I
yeah.
think we're both in agreement that this is going to be two people from like former alumni, not from like a other show or just like none of that, right?
Well, it is another show, but yes, I see your
But you get
point.
what I mean.
Yeah. Alright, well, we've been going on, long enough at this point. Let us know how you liked this format of just, like, chilling, reacting for the first time to these bios. We'll be back next week, again, Monday for the official draft. Tuesday will be the premiere. We'll be live after the episode to recap what goes down. Wednesday, I believe, is the first eviction. We will be live after that to talk about what happened through there.
What
Um,
nights are the episodes dropping on a regular week?
my understanding is Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which
Wow,
is
really
very strange.
front loading them all. Yeah, for Wednesday evictions is wild. Feels weird.
Yes. So stay tuned for like the official schedule that we will have for coverage. There is going to be the daily drops. However, I do not think that at this moment we will be doing daily coverage for the daily drops because let's be real, that was completely unnecessary last year. Stay tuned. We'll talk more about the full schedule once we go get the draft going here on Monday. But for now, that's what we've got. We've got. Listen, it's not the show it was, but it is a show, and we'll do our best to enjoy it as much as we can.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the reality is, look, is every podcaster on the network in agreement that feeds would be better? Of course, we're all on the same page. For me personally, once it starts, I'm watching it. I'm judging it off of what I'm watching. It will always have an asterisk next to it, but I'm gonna try and not let that strip me of any joy we get if, say, Janine gets into an argument with Kayla, or if Vivek says something that really upsets super fans because he's not as super fanny as you may have thought, and Melissa's team goes out and pre-jury, we're gonna have fun with it no matter what. We're gonna try our best. We make meals out of nothing when we can, and we're gonna eat good. Yeah. If you're listening to the coverage.
Yes, listen, coverage is necessary, I think, even more so with this show. So that's what we got for you. Make sure you find me over on Twitch if you want to hang out with me. I will be live tonight watching the Survivor premiere, and I'll of course also be watching the Big Brother Canada premiere next week. If you want to come watch with me, chat alongside all of the people who are hanging out and watching together. It's a fun time, so find me over there. And stay tuned for more Big Brother Canada coverage. Check out the Survivor coverage that's going to be going on. And that's about what I've got. Pooya, what do you got going on?
People can find me on Twitter at Pooyism, on Twitch, twitch.tv/Pooya. Other than that, Traders is still going on, Traders US. I'm talking about it every week after the episode on Thursday nights with Rob. We have 2 more weeks and then a reunion. So fun time still going on there. You can check that out. And 90 Day Fiance will never stop, and I will be there forever and ever and ever. And then next week, Masked Singer comes back. But check me out on Twitch and Twitter. That's where you can find out what I'm doing and when I'm doing it.
All right. Well, that's what we have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see all of you next time.